Hello and welcome students to this class of spoken English. This is your English teacher Swarnali Roy. Today we are going to discuss Module 4. It is about 4 steps to improve your English vocabulary. Let's start. The first point is the question framing hardship, the problem in framing questions. Students, this is a very common mistake. We sometimes make the mistake of changing the English language as per our mother tongue or any other vernacular language. As for example, you had your breakfast though. This book is really good, na? So, the problem with such constructs is that these sentences are anything but English. These are not English sentences. We have grown so used to saying such sentences that these have been normalized for us. But we need to keep in mind that these sentence formations are completely wrong. These are not correct. This isn't how English is spoken. As you could already understand by now that this is not good English. In fact, this is just the way we have changed English into our common day-to-day vocabulary. So, what is correct English? Let's understand. For that, we need to keep in mind that the questions are formed mostly with the question words such as who, what, why, when, where, how much. We also use helping verbs such as is, am, are, has, have, had to construct questions, to construct the beginning of the questions, and also modals such as would, could, might, may, etc. Now, the English should be, the correct English that is, it should be, did you have your breakfast? And not, you had your breakfast though. So, what has changed? We used did to frame the question. Again, in the second question, it should be, isn't this book really good? Now, here's a pro tip for you. Do not get confused with do, did, does questions. Now, whenever you use did to frame question, you must understand that you have to use simple present tense. You have to use simple present tense, otherwise the question becomes wrong. Such as if you say, I did understood your explanation. So this is wrong. Instead, it should be, I did understand your explanation. Also, you need to use third person plural verb. That is, you cannot use did you has your breakfast. You have to use did you have your breakfast. Similarly, it should be didn't you do your laundry, or did you go to school, or didn't you behave nicely? Okay, students. Next topic is fillers. We will subsequently understand what fillers are and how does it hinder our improvement of spoken English. Read the sentences carefully with me. I didn't understand the concept of it, like you know na. It is hard, but I will go through it once again and try to understand, huh? So all the highlighted words in red are called fillers. Now you might have a clear idea of what fillers are. Fillers are sounds, words, or phrases that we use to fill in the pauses when we are thinking. Now, the pro tip to get rid of fillers. First of all, we need to record our speech and try to identify our fillers. Once we identify them, it will be easier to get rid of them. And then we need to practice at least 20 minutes of speaking skills each day to get rid of it. So, ultimately, with practice, we'll be able to get rid of fillers. Next comes the age-old problem of using there, they are, and their. Let's once again revisit what these words are used for. There means the opposite of here, so you can keep the spelling in mind by the word here. T-H-E-R-E. So there means at that place. For example, he asked me to go there and check on his fish while he is away. Now T-H-E-I-R, there means something that belongs to them. For example, they didn't want to see all of their hard work go to waste. Now they are is a contraction of they are or they were. For example, they are doing fine now. The next topic is using alternate words or phrases. Students, sometimes we tend to overuse a word for the lack of knowing what are the synonyms or what can be used instead of that very particular word. Hence, we need to increase our vocabulary to make our writing as well as speaking more interesting and more admirable. Here are some list of words for you. You can look at them and try to understand which words can be used in which context. For example, very angry can become furious, very beautiful can be said as gorgeous, very big can be termed as massive, very boring would be dull, very noisy, deafening, very poor, destitute, very creative would be innovative, and so on. Do have a look at the table. Here's again one more table to say I am sorry in different words. You can say my mistake or my bad, pardon me, please accept our sincerest apologies, please don't be mad at me, please excuse my ignorance, sorry about that, sorry, my apologies, I had that wrong, and so on and so forth. So do have a look at the entire table before you proceed. This much on this topic. I bid adieu to you, my dear students. Thank you for being patient.